So every time I do a keynote, I research by obviously doing the internet research, but also interviewing the people that are going to be at the conference and other speakers at the conference. And I found the most incredible nuance that I've now included in all my keynotes. I call it the difference between innovation, disruption, and revolution. You see, the world that we come from, innovation was exactly right. The world was moving slowly, and if you just innovated your business bit by bit, you would be able to keep up. And innovation is really just about doing what you did yesterday, just a bit better. In today's world, things are moving so fast that innovation doesn't really help that much anymore. Not that it's not necessary, but just doesn't really help that much. What you need to be doing is creating disruptive business models. And the best example of a disruptive business model is really understanding that businesses need to make their current business models obsolete. That's what disruption means. And a really very difficult thing to do for people that are inside a business, that are being told by their bosses and management structure to create net profit, to make sure that things are running more efficiently, but also keep up with disruptive business models. But that's not really the nuance that I figured out. The real nuance that I'm starting to see is that there are these new entrepreneurs out there, these new operators that are setting up businesses that are going to create a revolution. And the revolution that I'm starting to see really bubble up are people who measure success differently. You can't compete against somebody who doesn't see profitability as the main goal of their business. You can't compete with competition coming from the least expected places than you ever expected them to come from. You can't compete with technology that doesn't care about your history, a future that cares less about your past. And these revolutionary nuances are starting to show up, where I interviewed a fintech CEO, and he was so adamant that his online bank was going to share the savings it made with its consumers. That's what his drive was. Now, how do you compete against somebody that's wanting to redistribute the amount of profit they've made with their consumers when you're sitting competing against somebody that's trying to squeeze the consumer for as much money as it can because of the infrastructure that's sitting there, because of legacy types of business models, like having offices and permanent staff and all these sort of overheads that force businesses to run for a profit. These new online businesses run by revolutionary leaders have firstly very lean startups, very lean setups as far as costs are concerned, and so they're able to go about building businesses that are going to revolutionize the world we live in. So if you're a business owner, and it doesn't matter how hard you're working on innovation, even if you are disrupting your model, be careful. There's revolutionaries out there that are coming for you. Cheers.